Hey Virgos, good morning. I'm here to do your reading for today. Let's find out what's going on with you and your person. So, if you would like to gain access to my extended readings, then just go ahead and hit join and sign up for Virgo Bombshell membership, and then that will give you access to approximately 25 extended readings for Virgos every month. And then if you would like to sign up for the chance to win a free reading with me, then just hit like and subscribe and comment down below, I am loved. All right, so universe, how does the person on my Virgo's mind, the person that Virgo has romantic feelings for, how does this person feel towards Virgo? And what will their next actions be towards Virgo? I think that, so I just cut the deck. I think that this person is going to come in and shockingly communicate with you. They're going to come in and communicate with you in a way that shocks you, that you were not expecting. Oh my goodness. Yeah. They're rushing in with the Chariot. Good Lord. Oh my goodness. And it feels almost like this could be someone actually literally driving to come and see you. They could still have some attitude of wanting to be the person who feels right, or who ends up with all the power. Maybe about a car or some kind of an issue. Be careful of that, or just aware. But yeah, wow, this person is definitely there, ending the silence between the two of you. They've reached the point. What it really feels like is that they've reached the point where they're no longer really scared to speak to you. I think there was some kind of a purpose with the star in the reverse. Sorry, there was some kind of a purpose to this period of silence that needed to be fulfilled. And I'm sensing that most likely it has been fulfilled. It's that the thing that needed to be accomplished before they could be ready to speak to you has been accomplished. And so it's almost like they've been released, and now they just feel like, yeah, and they're rushing in. With the star in the reverse, it could be that they've been feeling a lack of faith in, I think it's a wish fulfillment, actually, is the issue here with the star in the reverse. And with the car, there could be something that they want to make an excuse for, that like maybe they denied you something you wanted, and they want to come in and explain and make an excuse. Star in the reverse, the Lovers, and the Ace of Swords. They might actually even try to lie to you about something, but I don't feel like it's a malicious lie. I feel like it's somebody trying to make excuses for something that happened in the past. And the reason that they're coming in is not to gain something. They would just want to make things right with you. And maybe in the past they felt bad and they felt like there was nothing they could do. And, obviously it's not good to lie, but when you lie, at least you're showing that you really care how somebody feels about something. You know what I mean? It's like you can just, if you don't say anything at all, you're basically saying, well, I don't care if you're upset, I don't care if you're sad. And this person, excuse me, is coming in to say that, they're coming in and wanting to make things right with you. And I'm sensing that it is far enough in the past now that it's not something that really affects you anymore, necessarily, like in at the moment. But that could be different for a few of you, as to whether it still affects you. But I'm feeling like it's something from the past, and that it's far enough in the past. It's far enough in the past that they just want to come in and make things right. And if they have to kind of, tell you that there was a false reason, because I feel like this is a changed person. And so they're trying to make excuses for past behavior that is not really the way that they would behave now. Okay, let me concentrate here. So, universe, how does this person feel towards Virgo? And what will be their next actions towards Virgo? Again, with the Lovers. So this person wants to come in, they want to communicate, they want to be close to you. They've made their choice. They've made their choice. and they want to come in and speak to you. I feel like it at least appeared as if things were completely over. And this person is trying to come back in and make it not be over. They want to turn back time, is kind of what I'm getting here. This person, they are gonna, I think they might express that to you, that they wish they could turn back time, and change what happened. Yeah, because they're really worried about, they feel like they want to fix this. They want to make things better with you. Um, and they're actually anxious about it. They feel like they can't really make up for what they did, but they want to, essentially. So they could even be coming in. Yeah, they would say that they have been obsessively thinking about you, desiring you. They want to make things right. They want to get what they want in this situation. Can you tell me more about that Nine of Cups, universe? What is this Nine of Cups? Okay, so this person feels as if you are angry with them and guarded towards them. And yeah, they're going to come there. I think that they're feeling like the only option that they have is to disarm you. To disarm you is to kind of come in suddenly and do more than you expect. They're hoping to kind of shake up your sound, the soundness of your defenses. They're thinking that they have to show up in a way that's going to surprise you. Yeah, but there could potentially still be an element of somebody being kind of selfish and kind of wanting all the power for themselves. I mean, I'm sensing that for some of you, at least, that could be that this person, like, they are just doing that as like a defense mechanism, that like they really do want things to work out. But if in the part of them that feels like, oh, Virgo would just reject you, is like, well, then if they reject me, then I'll just be a total, butthead, and like, take all the power from the situation. But I think that that's just like a defense mechanism, like an in case, in the spaces where they imagine you totally rejecting them and just being like really mean or something. That's kind of what I sense. Is there anything else? Yeah, they're coming in. They're going to offer you love. They are. They're just feeling guarded, and I feel like that's what that is. It's a defense mechanism. So yeah, this person has come out of indecision and confusion. They now know exactly what needs to happen, but they're worried that you're not going to cooperate, and that they won't be, about whether or not you're going to cooperate and whether or not they're going to be successful. But they're rushing in anyways, because they obviously know it's the only option that they have, and that every day that they wait gets, worse. But this person is trying to take control. They're trying to use, I guess you could say, not like manipulative necessarily in a bad way, but kind of strategic. They're trying to be strategic. Like, if I approach Virgo this way, most likely they'll be too, like this. It's about the wanting to disarm you kind of thing, of like, if they surprise you by seeing you in one kind of a circumstance or another, or just showing up at your door, that if they call you and they try to ease their way in, you'd probably be more guarded. But if they just show up and surprise you, that might disarm you kind of thing. Yeah, this feels like someone who has made their choice. I'm seeing the hand on the wand there, and I feel like the only thing that they could potentially be deciding about is their strategy, not what they're going to do. Yeah, this person is coming in. They're the Knight of Wands. And underneath that, we see the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like this is saying that this person, underneath the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Empress in the reverse and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So watch out. There could potentially be some, I'm not sure if this is another woman. We'll pull some cards on what this could be, but I felt like it was kind of hidden underneath there. You could be dealing with a Leo. And I want to clarify that. We also have Three of Swords in the reverse. So this could be speaking about like a potential third party. And with the Ten of Pentacles there, we want to ask, is it actually over? Let's ask real quickly, universe, what is this Ten of Pentacles to the Empress in the reverse and the Queen of Wands in the reverse? Who is that? What is that? Health issues could arise in the reverse. What is this Empress in the reverse to the Queen of Wands in the reverse? Make a decision, work on inner healing. And again, with healing and health. So it's possible that the Empress in the reverse could be a mother figure, who's maybe facing health challenges. And maybe your person is going to receive some sort of like an inheritance from that potentially. And that could be what is, suddenly emboldened your person. Underneath too, we have narcissist. I feel like this person, they could have a narcissistic mother. That's interesting. But yeah, I'm not really seeing this as being like a romantic third party. Yeah. But I'm sensing that it's something that you would have to speak about, and work it out if there is something like a third party there, or there was, or even a mother. All right, universe, how does my Virgo's person feel towards my Virgo? And yeah, conflict is at an end. This person is no longer chasing confusion. It's almost like this person, they wanted confusion in the past, but it was more about remaining elusive as a manipulative, strategic power play. That this person is no longer doing this. They've reached a place of total clarity. So this person is letting go of, basically claiming that, oh, my mistakes are going to make it so that I can't have a second chance. This is somebody who's going to try and come in and undo some of the mistakes that they made, or make excuses for their mistakes because they want a second chance with you. But again, with this energy of bluffing, they've got a poker face ready and waiting, which I feel like is this, in case you don't accept them, in case you're really harsh with them. They're like, okay, well, I'll just, keep my face paint just like in my left pocket, just in case I need to turn into a lying clown, like at the last minute. Yeah, because they've got pride. This is somebody who deals with pride. But I think it's, like we said, it's just basically about the fact that they're just kind of worried that you're going to be like, get away from me. So that's just like a just in case. I think also your person realizes that the indecision and the stuff that they were dealing with before was just based in pride. That it was just really prideful. But they're tired of the longing and the craving and the aching and the wanting and the, missing you and all of that. But they want to end the possibility of finality. And I think that they're sensing that, that's really here if they do nothing. They're spying on you, trying to find out information about you. And that's what they have been doing. But I feel like they're bored and they're hollow and they're empty in that place of silence where things have been between the two of you, and they don't want it to go on any longer. They can't find peace. You know, they can't find peace with all this longing going on. They really want intimacy with you. It would feel like ecstasy to them. Universe, what can you tell me about this person in my Virgo's life? How do they feel towards Virgo? Yeah, so I think this person has learned the nature of the relationship between resistance and possibilities. It's like when they block out their feelings and block out the possibility of being hurt, they're blocking out the possibility of new experiences, of freedom, possibility. And, you know, it's like, I think that they've really been in a phase where they've been facing the absolute isolation that they've maybe sought most, you know, in their life in the past. It's like they really reached that and they realized, like, this isn't where I want to be. Maybe in the past they felt like they wanted to run away and they were never fully able to get there as much as they wanted to. And then now that they did, they're like, that's not where I want to be. You know, and I think they are also, they have a very, they're understanding karma. You know, maybe if there was a way that karma was like explained to them in the past or whatever it is, it's like now they really feel like they understand it and they know that if they are not on the right side of karma, they will experience pain. And that it's not about it's not about, you know, you. It's like literally you're not controlling karma, they are, you know. That, you know, if somebody tells them about karma, it's not that person trying to make them feel bad, they're trying to help them. You know. So anyways, your person is being bold and making the first move. They still have a little bit of trepidation about it. And cardinal moon, might want to keep your eye out for any moon phases coming up that are cardinal. So yeah, this is, your dreams need a practical plan. This is your person being like, yeah, I need to take action. I need to do something. They're surrendering to the divine, because I think that if this person was like in the past being like, oh, I need a sign, I need this, I need that, it's like they're realizing that they already had that sign. It was already being given to them, but inside of themselves they knew what the divine was telling them to do, but they were like coming up with all these excuses so that they could just like hide behind, you know, hide their fears and not have to. But a personal issue reaches resolution and your person is stepping out of their comfort zone. And I feel like this person also, they're looking at you and saying, this is a time to, because this is Virgo, you know, saying a time to give rather than take. So I think that they took from you a lot. And it's a time to empty themselves out and give, or not empty themselves out, you know what I mean? Like to give to you rather than because you gave to them. All right, let's get a timing card. Okay, so universe, when might my Virgos hear from this person? So for some of you, 9 months from now. Feels sooner than that to me. I mean, you don't even necessarily, if none of these cards, none of the timing cards resonate with you, that's fine. Like if you feel like this person is coming right away, then go with that. But for some of you, these are, so next winter. So basically it's almost winter, right? We're kind of like almost in winter right now. And then for some of you, next couple of weeks. When might my Virgo hear from this person? By the end of the year, and 38 could be a significant number. December. And let's get another one. When might my person hear? Just April keeps coming out first. So for some of you, April could be a relevant month. It could be when they reach out, or it could be when they were born. Maybe you're dating an Aries. Maybe this is an Aries. Yeah, so let's move into your extended, guys, and get a few more details. And if you want to gain access to those, then just hit join. All right, I'll speak to you guys soon.